are back once again with another very special episode of the Kanika Sports Show today. And we thought we would just hop on the mics really quick and just talk about some NFL football, the topic at hand, everybody, because there is just so many great matchups happening on this Turkey Day. I am hard-pressed to remember a Thanksgiving that had this many great matchups just at the quarterback position alone today.
Yeah.
It's great.
Lots of implication, lots of playoffs implications.
There is some playoff implications happening throughout the day as well, and we're going to be talking about that. But first, if this is your first time here, please do us a favor. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, and ring that bell for our mascot, Freckles, a.k.a. Frexy. Look at her, everybody. You know that is just worth ringing the bell for, even if you just stay until you see her new pictures every day.
Thanks.
No, you should stay and listen to us talk, too, because we got some interesting insights sometimes. And we are going to kick this off in order, Nika.
Okay.
We are going to start with the first matchup of the day, which will be the Detroit Lions hosting the Green Bay Packers in what is probably my most vested game of the day because I'm a Bears fan.
Sure.
And
Lots of implications in that one.
Absolutely. So the Bears, of course, are right now sitting atop the division in first place, 8-3-0. The Packers, meanwhile, just barely behind them, 7-3-1. You literally can't get any closer than that in the standings with the tie. And then you have the Lions, who are just a game back at 7-4-0. Wow, I don't remember the last time the NFC North was this jammed packed heading into week 13 of the NFL season. But here we are, everybody, and it's happening. The Ben Johnson effect has taken hold in Chicago. So now we have this Thanksgiving Day matchup taking on a whole lot of extra meaning, I'll say. I have no idea who to root for in this game.
The Lions, Green Bay?
I have no idea because you're looking at the Bears standings right now. I could make an argument that you would want Green Bay to lose because you'll be ahead of them in losses. And the Bears have a very, very tough game tomorrow against the Eagles. We're going to be talking about that next in our official Bears pregame show, so stay tuned for that. But meanwhile, we got to pay attention to this game today because whoever wins or loses will probably have a better chance of catching the Bears going forward. The Packers could lose and then be behind the Bears in losses. You know, they would have one more than we do heading into tomorrow's game. So if we lose, I guess we would stay ahead of them.
Okay.
Meanwhile, though, if Detroit wins and we lose, then the Lions would be tied with us for first place. And if the Lions lose, they would be 2 games back of us before our game tomorrow.
Okay.
And the Packers would be
ahead of the Lions.
No, they would not be ahead of us yet, but they would be 8-3-1, and we would be 8-3-0. Now, then if we lost tomorrow in Philly, we would be in second place. So I guess my gut tells me here, like, a Lions loss is better. And the reason is because then they're kind of falling further and further back in a very crowded NFC conference, by the way. I'm not saying they're out of it by any stretch of the imagination, but it does put a little bit more separation there between the top 2 teams then, which would be the Packers and the Bears, who, of course, will play each other next week. Oh, boy, the NFL season is delivering drama this year down the stretch, Nika.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So Lions loss might be better, but then the Packers are tied in the loss column with the Bears before their game tomorrow. So I'm torn. I'm very torn about this, but I just hope that it's going to be an entertaining game.
I sure hope so, because that's what we really want at the end of the day. Good game, entertainment.
Yes, indeed. Well, let's take a look at the numbers here because it might give us some insights into how this one might turn out. We have the Lions second in points per game in the NFL to the Packers, who are 13th, about middle of the road. But they score roughly 6 points more a game than the Packers do. On defense, mind you, the Packers ranked 10th in sacks with Micah Parsons, their big off-season acquisition. Well, I guess mid-season acquisition from the Cowboys via trade. And then you have the Lions, who are ahead of them in sacks with 8. Both teams are top 10 when it comes to putting pressure on the quarterback. So keep an eye on that today. It should be a factor. The Lions outrank the Packers in interceptions. They are 9th in the NFL. The Packers are 21st in the NFL. But when it comes to turnover differential, they're both top 10 teams here. I expect this one to be a close game.
Yeah.
You know, the numbers favor the Lions, but they're both like middle of the road with time of possession per game. You know, they're separated by 14 seconds. Wow. So, and then the yardage, the Lions do put up more yards. That's probably not a shocker if you followed the NFL, but the Packers are no slouch. You know, they put up 340 yards a game. The Lions put up 378. So this should be a great game, everybody. You look at the quarterback battle here. We got Jordan Love and Jared Goff, 2 of the best in the business right now in the NFL. So this should be a doozy. What are the poly markets saying ahead of this one, Nika? Well,
they favored the
all
Lions.
Lions,
Yep.
59 to 41, and I think that's a mistake. I think this game is going to be a little closer than that. I'm not saying the Lions won't win, you know, and I guess that's what you're saying is the money is outright on the Lions. But even when you look at the spread, a lot of people are picking the Lions to cover by more than 3, 55 to 46 right now. That's an almost 10-point gap there. That's not saying it's going to be close, but the over-under 48.5 also going towards the under slightly right now with 53 to 48 on the poly markets at least. So let us know below what you are taking on this one today on Thursday. Do you think there's a lot of Thanksgiving gamblers out there, Nika?
Of course. People are at home.
People are home. They are spinning their dials and they are thinking, I need some Black Friday money.
Or that, or just entertainment while everything is getting baked, cooked, and whatever else is happening in the house.
Absolutely. Well, who are you taking in this one, Nika? Any predictions?
Yes, I'm going to go with the Lions.
You're going to go with the Lions. I'm going to go with the Lions as well, which is going to probably keep a big cluster at the top of the NFC North division, especially if the Bears lose tomorrow, which, spoiler alert, they are projected to right now.
Really? I thought they were,
Well, we'll talk about it on our Bears postgame show. Meanwhile, let's move on to game number 2 today, Nika. It is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs visiting the Dallas Cowboys in the traditional afternoon affair here in Dallas. The Chiefs are 6-5, and they are trying desperately to get back in a playoff race this year after they have been kind of struggling.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys, very much the same, 5-5-1, because they and the Packers have that tie together. They are also trying to get back into a very crowded NFC playoff race. I'm going to go ahead and just make a prediction before this game starts, is that whichever team loses this game will not make the playoffs this year.
Really? Okay, that's a good prediction.
It's just kind of like we're at that point, week 13, big national TV game, you know, and again, we have a great quarterback matchup here with Patrick Mahomes against Dak Prescott. Woo,
who are you taking in this game?
Well, I am taking Dallas to win at home, and I am going to kind of stick a fork in the Chiefs dynasty for at least this season. You know, I'll wait and see what happens in the offseason, but it's hard to keep a dynasty together in the NFL. It makes what the Patriots did so much more impressive, and probably Tom Brady, because he did it with a different cast of characters. Only Bill Belichick was the consistent character there. But nevertheless, this is, I think, happy Thanksgiving from the Chiefs, sure, but also Dallas will be rocking their traditional Thanksgiving Day uniforms,
nice.
Which have the stars on the shoulder pads. I love those jerseys. I also know my old man loved those jerseys growing up as a kid. So, fun to see those uniforms out and about on Thanksgiving Day.
Let's go Cowboys this time around.
The Cowboys are just a better offense on paper this year than the Chiefs. They score more points, almost 4 more points a game than the Chiefs right now, and it just looks like they're gaining momentum right now. I know the Chiefs have been picking it up a little bit, but this is a tough game on the road. So what do the poly markets have to say about this game ahead of time, Nika?
Well, they are pretty much with opposite of what we just said.
They're
going
aren't
with
they?
the KC.
Yeah, I think this is one of those cases where the people that are putting money on Kansas City are going to be sorely disappointed come nightfall with their full bellies.
At least as of today, right now, because you know how poly market works. It can change on the whim.
Sure. I mean, even though when you look at the point spread, the money is favoring Dallas, which means that people are predicting it's going to be closer, albeit not by much, but they are predicting that it's going to be a closer game than the 4 points, than the 3.5 point spread that's currently sitting for Kansas City. So if that's true, then anything can happen when it's a one score game.
That's true.
I just like Dallas at home more than this.
Home field advantage. It always works better for that team.
We got an over-under of 52.5 in this one, which is, they expect to see some offense, everybody. And I like that as a casual Thanksgiving viewer. So do we think that it's going to go over 53? I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah. I think that these teams are going to score some points today.
It will go over 53.
100%. All right. Well, that should make for some highly entertaining Thanksgiving Day football, everybody. But don't worry. There will also be a nightcap tonight, and it will be the Bengals and the Ravens, everybody, in Baltimore. This is going to be an interesting game because we are going to see the return of Joe Burrow for the Cincinnati Bengals. And we also have a Ravens team that is suddenly in first place in their division after starting 1-5.
Well, that's because their quarterback was injured. Come on.
Yeah, we know. Lamar Jackson was injured, and he's also playing with another injury right now, with a toe injury. He was limited earlier this week in practice, but all signs are that he is going to play. Joe Burrow is going to play. So we get our third marquee quarterback matchup of the day to cap off Thanksgiving Day. Like I said earlier, I don't remember a time when we had this many great QB matchups on Thanksgiving Day. So kudos to the NFL and the scheduling gurus for that. I'm excited for this actually to have on in the background tonight. It should be an entertaining game. And I'm curious to see how Joe Burrow looks after being out since week 2. Obviously, he had turf toe surgery, which just sounds really painful. This is probably the least interesting game today on Thanksgiving, with the Bengals being just 3-8 on the season. However, they would really love to play spoilers to their division rivals, the Baltimore Ravens, here on Thanksgiving, especially at their home turf.
Definitely.
And their quarterback coming back. So they have a lot of momentum and a lot to play for in this game. What do the poly markets have to say ahead of time, Nika?
Ravens.
All Ravens. Yeah. And Baltimore is favored by more than a touchdown right now. 7.5 points on the spread. And as you can see, it is favoring Cincinnati a little bit, which is probably a smart play. But I don't think that Vegas really truly likes the Bengals in this one at all. You get to this point in the season, 3-8, Thanksgiving Day game, short practice week. I wonder how much juice the Bengals have in this one, even for Joe Burrow. I hope they show up. I hope they show out for him, if anything. But yeah, they're most likely not going to run the table and finish 9-8. So this is a game the Ravens, however, do need in order to keep pace ahead of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are coming off of their loss at the Bears Sunday. So things are tightening up around the NFL, and the Ravens right in the thick of it. And kudos to them for coming back after starting 1-5 and being right there in that conversation now. I'm going to go ahead and just predict that the Ravens are going to win this Thanksgiving Day game.
100%. Ravens all the way in.
Ravens. So we got the Ravens, the Cowboys, and the Lions.
And the Lions, yeah.
Those are who we are taking to win these NFL Thanksgiving Day games. Wow. I can't believe they get started so soon.
That's awesome.
It is. It is. All right, everybody. Well, before I sign off, I just want to wish everyone a very, very happy Thanksgiving out there. Please enjoy some time with friends, family, food, the 3 Fs, as I like to call them, and enjoy some football.